Hello. Hey, I'm Kim and I'm back with today's video where I'm going to be covering all of my planners and how we've been making it through for the first quarter of 2023. I'm trying really hard to get everybody in the frame. It's a little messy, I don't know. But here's everything that I've been using on a regular basis for 2023. Everything for the most part. There's my Bible study planner. Oh gosh, there's two. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, so yeah, I forgot two others. This is as confusing as it seems. So anyway, okay. So I'm back with everything I've been using for 2023, and I want to do kind of like a recap or an update of how everything is going. I had the planner lineup video at the end of 2022, and I was showing all the things and all the planners and journals I would be using for the year. So now I'm going to kind of circle back and talk through all the things that I have been using, how they've been working out, how I'm liking them, loving them, hating them, so forth. So I'll start wherever. This is like in no particular order because it's as confusing as this pile of planners looks. Okay, so some things have changed. So the planner covers have changed, not like the actual planners. So anyway, we'll get to that and I'll talk about those items that have changed. So this first one that I'm going to quickly talk about and move out of the way is my Bible study journal. I did mention this in that planner lineup video, and it's basically two Hobonichi notebooks. This is one of the blank A5 notebooks. This is the day free, so it just has calendar pages and then or monthly pages, and then the rest are notes pages, and I use this for Bible study. I talked briefly about how I'm using this in that video, so if you have, if you want to know more details about that, of course you can always reference that video, and that holds true for any of these I'm discussing. And also, if you just have any questions about what I use this for, how I use it, and how it adds to my Bible studying, feel free to ask me down below and I would be happy to explain further. But I use those two notebooks in conjunction with one another and other reading plans that I have set up, and that is used on a near daily basis. And this is an A5 Moterm cover that I really do like a whole lot. So that's that one. And then the next one that I'm going to kind of get out of the way pretty quickly is this one. So this is my work planner for 2023. There was a change with this one. So in 2022, I was using A6 rings for my work planner and just using an insert that was only the work week. So just Monday through Friday. I switched that over to using the Sweet Freckles Designs weekly planner. So it's an undated planner. All right, so it's a weekly planner, and if you're in the planner community, you may be used to what these all look like. It's kind of based on the Hobonichi week, so it's very similar in the way that looks. So I've been using this for my work planner. So we have like the monthlies and then the weeklies. They're undated, so on the left column you have a space to put each of the days, and on the right, notes. And then in the back there's a ton of notes pages. So I'm using this for work. It's not very interesting, so that's just that. And this is housed in a Moterm veg tan leather cover in the color chestnut. So this is what I'm using for work, and I actually really am loving it. I feel like this year, and I'll talk about this throughout this video, but this year I am into bound books a lot more than rings. I've always had a preference for bound books in general, but I feel like I've kind of not been in any rings for any amount of time so far this first quarter. which is quite interesting to me. Who knows if that'll change, you know, by the end of the year. We'll see. But right now I'm loving all things bound books, which is primarily why I switched over to using this planner for my work planner. It's working out extremely well. All right, so, oh, the next one, let's do this one. So the next one is my business planner. So I do have a video covering how I intended to use this planner, and this is the B6 Sterling Ink Common Planner. I do have a PR code for Sterling Ink. It is Martin-20, and I'll have that up on the screen for you and down in the description box. But I am using the Sterling Ink Common Planner. I had this in a different cover to start the year out. It was in a Giglio B6 Appunto, but I got a custom cover from Vanderspec in the Janet Black leather, or Janet Leather Black, and on the interior is the Acacia Napa leather. So that's what I have here. And I love this cover, absolutely love it. Using the Common Planner has been really good for business items. So it's not pretty at all, it's just functional, it's really just pen and paper. And I'm keeping my hands here to help the camera focus, not because I'm trying to like really cover anything up. But it's very much pen and paper, it's straightforward, there's nothing too spectacular about what's going on here. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So anyway, it's straightforward, really just pen, paper, and some marker. And I'm using it to track a lot of things. The first few months, I've mostly only been doing, like, tracking my YouTube videos for the most part. There are other business projects that I'm working on that haven't had a lot going on at the moment, but they will in the coming weeks and months. But anyway, you can see my weeklies are just messy notes. There's no real structure. The past couple of weeks I have been using this kind of structure with like a rolling weekly and just some high level things for each date, or deliverables for each date, and that's all the weeklies are. And then the notes section is extremely messy. So I showed this setup in that video, how I have like a vision board at the beginning of the notes pages, but after that we are very messy, and it's just some scribbles and some notes and a lot of things that probably only I know exactly what they mean. I have some video ideas, I'm tracking stats here. I did set up sort of like a dashboard for each month and tracking like my content and social media stuff. That's outside of like other business avenues, or even business avenues. I don't really consider YouTube business, but it's in here because I have no other place to put it. So I did set up like a monthly dashboard for, you know, every month, and that is helping me manage content in a way. So that's what I have going on in here, and then just some extra notes, just very like mind mapping, just very notebookish. Nothing pretty, nothing amazing. And that's how I'm using the Sterling Ink Common Planner for this year. I could always go in depth on any of these planners that you see that I don't really have more updated videos, or just no videos at all. Feel free to definitely ask. I'm okay putting that together. I'm an open book. So that's that one. And then the next one is my family's 5-year journal. So this one is the Hobonichi 5-year, and it's in an A6 size. And this cover is a Moterm Vetch Tan leather in the color Espresso. So it fits this really thick planner slash journal very well. And this one is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a 5-year journal. So every day over the 5 years, I'll go in and write some notes. I'll add pictures about things that happened, or events, or whatever. And it's for my family in general. So anyone can look back on it and see what we were doing, what was going on, how much fun we had on family vacations. So that's what this is for. Alright, so I think that is all of the like high level things that I just assume won't be very interesting for most people to see. So now I'll go through the others. So those that I just mentioned are all still working for me, very functional, very straight to the point, and they are staying in my system, always will stay in my system. Nothing really has changed with the exception of switching from rings to the weekly diary from Sweet Freckle Designs for work. So the next one I have that I'm going to show you is my Hobonichi weeks, and I have a video. I just put up an updated video for my health and fitness tracker, so you can go watch that video and see how I'm using this one. But it turns out that I really do love it. I've been using this to track workouts, to track fitness, to track all of those kinds of health related things, especially because I am training for a half marathon at the moment, so I'm tracking all of those items, and I feel like this is extremely functional for me. It's helping me stay on point. It's helping me stay on track, and I love it. This is in a VDS Codex and the JL Black on the exterior, JL Black leather, and the JL Brown leather on the interior. What you may notice is that I have a thing for JL Black. So I have these three as well as the B6 one that I just showed you. I love this leather. All four of these feel completely different. It just amazes me. This one, these two are the newest ones. They feel entirely different from one another. I love them. This one's the oldest one. And then this one I bought off the Buy Sell Trade group on Facebook, and it was like not used at all. So anyway, that is my love for JL Black. So that is my health and fitness journal or planner, tracker, whatever, and you can see that update video on my page. I'll have it linked down in the description and up in the cards for you as well. Moving on, let's move to my journal. I do also have a video all about my journal. So this is housed in a Traveler's Company standard size cover, and this is the Traveler's Diner one. It was in that video, it was, or my lineup video, it was in the blue Traveler's Company cover, I believe. And I do have a video explaining how I'm using this journal. So I have the first part, which is my personal journal. So these are like thoughts, feelings, ideas, whatever else that's like going on in my head. That's this first section. And then the next part is my memory keeping kind of journal. So it's pretty much just for me, or at least all about my memories. So that's what I've been using it for. That's how I've been using it. And I see it as like a creative outlet that I am actually really enjoying. So I am loving it at the moment. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So yeah, I do have a video talking about the setup for this, so you can check that out if you are interested in seeing more. And this one is working out extremely well. It's something I am loving. I'm so glad that I added that memory keeping aspect to this one, to my personal journal, because like I said, it's like a creative outlet and something I look forward to doing every now and then. The next one, I don't yet have a video for this, but it will be coming soon. So this is my everyday carry, and this is another example of where rings kind of got replaced by a bound book. So I have it right here. So I was using for my everyday carry this, what is it called? Pocket? What is the size of this? Pocket size? No, I feel like that's wrong. I can't think of what you call this size. I'm a mess. But anyway, I was using this for my everyday carry, and it has like calendars and schedules, and I have a place to put notes and everything. Also, this is a VDS, a custom from VDS, so I designed it to be able to have some card pockets if I wanted to use it as a wallet, also a spot to put some cash. and anything else I might need on the go. So I was using this and I do love it. I still love it. It's the ostrich, nicotine ostrich leather on the outside and undyed leather on the inside. But then I fell in love with the cuteness of a Passport TN. And things changed. Everything just changed. So I got this one customized by Baumkuchen, and it's the black Travelers Company Passport TN, so passport size. And it's approximately similar to the Pocket Plus. It's called Pocket. So the Pocket Plus size inserts I was using in here. However, the footprint overall is a little bit smaller, and I just find this, with the exception of this pin loop here, but I just find this, I don't know, a lot easier to carry. Not that one is extremely heavy over the other, but I don't know. This just feels a lot better when I am throwing it into a bag or anything. And because it's slightly smaller and I don't use really large handbags, this works. But anyway, really the main love is the fact that I'm using a bound book in here, and I am using the Nolte 1180 that I ordered from Amazon Japan, I believe. So it's a weekly, it does have calendars, monthly calendar pages, and it has a weekly layout that is really just up at the top. It has a spot for like maybe 1 or 2 items you might want to put on here that might be day specific, and then down at the bottom it's pretty much just notes. So it's grid for anything your heart desires in any kind of way. So far what I've been doing, and I started this in February or March? No, February. So I started this in February, and it was really me just really taking notes on the go. I use it as a true, or have been using it as a true everyday carry. So if I'm at like the allergist with my daughter, I'm writing down notes about what we're doing, what's getting prescribed. I wrote down notes about things that I'm waiting for, mail, workouts that I wanted to plan for the upcoming week. And then I started to make it a little bit pretty here and there, like in the corner, added some deco on a couple of weeks. So that's these. And this week, not many notes at all, just a few. And then this is the current week. So I had a couple of other notes, didn't add any deco, just because I didn't. And that's where we are with this one, and I really am loving it. I do really love it. I can do a video, I think I will do a video more in depth about the setup that I have in this Pocket TN. And then back here I just have an empty Travelers Company insert. So I haven't used this for anything. I'm not sure what I will use it for. I was kind of testing to see if I could fit both of these in here, and I can. They fit just fine. It's not too bulky. They don't really like overlap over the side. And I did have a pen loop added when I got it customized by Baumkuchen. So that's the pen loop there. And this pen is the one, this Kaweco, the aluminum, what is it called? Oh, the AL Sport in black. So that's the one that I carry with this. And I have a charm from Baumkuchen on the front as well. And my idea behind this was to also be able to use this in lieu of a wallet whenever, if ever I needed to. Like I could put my ID in this little card pocket. I have other card pockets here on the back. I could put some cash in like these pockets there. So that was the whole point or goal when I set out to customize this one. So this one has taken the place of this pocket planner for the time being. So this is another instance where bound book has trumped rings, at least for now. So that's those, or I should say that one. I'll put this one back where it goes here. All right. And yeah, I'll get into this one. Okay, so this is my companion planner. So this is the one I consider To be like my brain. This is the one that helps me organize life in general, like life at a high level. So if we're talking about home stuff, we're talking about finances, we're talking about projects. Those could be home projects, those could be any other kind of projects. Not really business projects, because that would go into my business planner, but any kinds of projects that I might have going on. Finances is all in here, and I do have other videos about this setup. However, it has changed for 2023 in terms of what I'm keeping in here, because a few things like my week-to-week finances, I've actually moved into my daily planner. I'll give you a peek at that in a moment, but I moved it out of here. However, the other high-level finance information is still in here. So I've done some rearranging of inserts. I've done some rearranging of just general use of this planner since the start of the year. So I will do an in-depth video going into all about how I'm using my companion planner and how it is serving me. But what is different is, like I said, I got this new cover from Vanderspec, and on the outside it's the Janet Leather Black. No surprise there. On the inside it's the TM Alizon Leather. So that's what's here on the interior, and I just got the Steve layout, no back pocket. Is this 25mm rings or 30mm rings? I think it's 30mm rings. So I'll go into all of that in the more in-depth video, but this is pretty much the only rings planner that I still have in my rotation at the moment. I do, of course, have others in my collection, and I think I'm going to be destashing a lot, which says a lot. You know, there's some ring planners I know I'm not going back to. There's some sizes in rings that I'm pretty sure I know I'm not going back to. So those are the ones I'm going to destash, because I'm the type of person, I just don't like to have clutter. I don't like to have a lot of unused things around in my environment. So this is my companion planner. We're doing okay. We're going through, we hit some bumps because, like I said, I kind of moved some things around. And now we are just kind of reevaluating our relationship and redefining what we mean to one another. Anyway, so here is my love. This is my daily planner, which if you've been on my channel for any amount of time, you've seen ad nauseum. I'm sure you've seen it a lot. And this is the Nomad from Vanderspec. So this is the standard size. It's standard traveler's notebook size. And I am using a cut down Hobonichi Cousin. So I cut it from A5 size down to standard size. And I do have videos all about that process, so you can check that out as well. So if you've seen any of my Plan With Me videos, I have featured this in those videos. So it's no surprise, nothing new. And I'm in this daily, every single day, repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over. I do love this. It helps me keep my life together. And I have the monthlies, the weeklies, and the dailies. An interesting little tidbit is throughout the month of March, I noticed that I haven't been really using my dailies a lot. And I don't know why. It's just, I just haven't been using them. Whereas before, my dailies were kind of like the bread and butter. My dailies were what I needed to survive. Like, I needed my dailies in order to be functional. But a few days out of the month of March, I haven't even reached for a daily. I've just been relying on my weekly. So that kind of said a lot about where I am at the moment in my planning journey. So I love my dailies though. I am absolutely positive I'll come back to them. I'll revisit my dailies and we'll be in love again. We are growing closer to that love. I was thinking of trying a different layout for them, but we'll see. We'll talk more about that. There's a video I was thinking about doing to discuss all of the changes I've made to my planning routine or my planning system. Kind of like little tweaks that I've made to either kind of refresh my opinion about, you know, planning in this way, or just make things a little more functional for me. little things that I've changed, little things that I've updated, and I'm surprised that it's actually made life so much more functional for me. So that's what this one is, and I do, like I said, still love it. And then what I have in here is a notebook. For the majority, I think, of 2022, I did not have a second notebook inside of this planner or inside of this cover. It does have strings, but I don't use the strings for the Hobonichi cousin. I just slide it into the pocket. But I do have this notebook on strings. So this is like a 180-page notebook from Good Impressions on the Tomo River paper. I have it as a 4mm dot grid, and I primarily use this. I call it like my brainstorming notebook. I use this as scratch notes. I use this as things that I know I want to reference beyond this particular year. So I could carry this with me, you know, year to year. It's not 2023 specific necessarily. And these are things I know that I want to come back to reference again. These are notes that I know I want to touch on again. So what I mentioned is that I moved my paycheck budgeting, so like weekly, bi-weekly budgeting, into here, just because I felt like it was a little bit easier to have that right on hand. And it's not something that I need to keep in my companion planner, because I typically don't go back to reference any of those budgeting things once that time has passed. There might be notes or information or numbers that I take from that budget and migrate to a different place, and that could be somewhere in here, but I don't need the actual each paycheck budget necessarily to be housed in here. So I've been keeping them in here, and it's been easier for me. Oh, so this is timely. So this little note page here is where I have been thinking through my companion planner and things that I want to change, things that I want to switch up. And I used this maybe about a month or two ago to decide where I was going to be going with the inserts in here. So that is the type of thing I'll use this brainstorming notebook for. I've also used it to swatch new washi tapes that I received. So that's what that's for, as you can see. And then, oh, I made myself this little folder. I don't even know how to explain what the heck this is. So I made a folder. Travelers Company does sell a tri-fold folder, but I don't love it because I feel like I have to open it all the way out. And there aren't many instances where I'm going to put a full-size open sheet of paper. It's not like I need to like open it up to read a map, so I'm never going to use it in that way. So it annoys me that that tri-fold folder opens all the way up. So what I did was I took another folder made by Kokuyo, and this was an A4 size folder. I folded it and just did a bunch of stuff. I don't even know if I can explain it, but I put it on a string in here, and I use this for papers that I need to come back to. So if something is like an 8.5 by 11, I'll just fold it into thirds and slide it right into here. And that's how I use it and how I access it. It just seems to be easier to access those papers than the other typical folders I found for standard size notebooks or standard size planners. So that pretty much sums up, yes, my first quarter 2023, how it's going type of summary for all of my planners and journals. So TLDR, I'm still loving everything. Just maybe not loving rings as much. Everything's still working and still functioning. I don't foresee making changes anyplace anytime soon. I feel like the covers that I have now are like my forever covers. I will always forever love them. It's not likely that I will be changing them. I just love to pet them all day. So that pretty much sums it up. I'm trying to reach back to grab everything, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So that pretty much sums up all of my 2023 quarter one planner update for you all. I think I covered everything. I'm pretty sure there might be something I missed. But if you have any questions, of course, please feel free to leave them down below. And I'll be sure to mention anything or to note anything I mentioned down in the description box as well, or like link anything that I brought up. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I do not. So, you know, just send me a reminder if I forget to link anything, of course. I thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you being here with me today and listening to me ramble. And I'm glad to have been able to share this with you all, to kind of talk through all of my feelings and emotions and what's going on with my planner so far for the year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.